Awesome. Thank you, Ramas. And first and foremost, thank you to Mr. Jain for this wonderful insights that just happened. I have 15 short minutes, so I'll get started. I'm going to share my presentation. So just give me a second. Okay. Let me know. I'm just going to share my screen and let me know once you see it. There we
You're
go.
on.
You're on? Okay, awesome. So my session today is on 15 ways to calm your nerves before a presentation. No, that's a joke. So I am a Microsoft shop, and we solve complex challenges with Microsoft complex business process challenges. So a little bit about myself, so that will give you a context on what today's session is and why I'm excited about it. So we are working on Microsoft technologies globally, as Rama said, across US, APAC, and starting to get a little bit into India now. Some of the sectors we focus on, everything from services to manufacturing, pharma, retail, nonprofit, etc. These are some of our customers already in India whom we've enabled transform into this ecosystem, so that they're not looking and having hodgepodge mix of systems, not having manual systems, not relying predominantly on people and emails. Eternity Lifestyles, Titan Labs. Titan Labs is one of the members here at Tab, and we've digitally transformed them across their entire pharmaceutical manufacturing, supply chain, sales operations on the Microsoft platform. Enrich Salons, you all get a haircut, right? So Enrich Salons, we've helped them get the most out of their Microsoft deployments. And then finally, the bottom right is a company called FarmLink, which is a greenfield agro venture optimizing supply chain within India. It's a Swiss-India joint venture, and we've helped them deploy Microsoft solutions to run their operations. All right. So a little bit about myself, Ramas. Thank you so much already for doing the introduction. But I spent 15 years predominantly working in the Microsoft ecosystem across India and the US. So I started my career in US. I started CloudFront in Mumbai after returning back from the US in 2012. And of course, I must point out to what Mr. Jain said at the start of his career, that he came back from the US and he said, everything is fantastic. I've come from US. I must be great in India, which is not the case. So, but that said, and so I totally agree with him. And that said, we are a fast growing 50% organization. And then now I'll get to the main point of today's session. So I love solving complex challenges. I'm a very process guy. And I want to use this term called simplifying our life, or simplifying our work with technology. Simplifying, I Googled the word simplify, and look what it says. Make something simpler or easier to do or understand. Something could be anything: our life, our work, our personal life. Today's focus is our work, of course. But that statement, making things simpler and easier to understand or to do, has a very calming effect. I have leveraged tools to get to this level of simplification, and I use that to thrive and grow ourselves and our customers. So I'll focus on this. So a few questions for everyone, right? Day-to-day productivity challenges. So today's conversation is on day-to-day challenges. So think about this. My email inbox has hundreds, maybe thousands for a lot of you, emails that I regularly search for to find a specific communication and then revert to it. It's very inefficient. It's very stressful. But many of us do that. Shit, I forgot to reply to that email or complete that task. It happens maybe regularly to a lot of us. And this is something that you could be at your dining table, or you could be out at the mall, or you could be in a movie and you remember something and shit, I forgot to do this. And people around you think, what happened? He was fine 2 minutes ago. So we use WhatsApp. If you use WhatsApp as a communication channel across the organization, and you're scrolling up and down through personal messages and to your WhatsApp stuff, and constantly getting onto WhatsApp to know what's happening and to get anxious about it. And then maybe a better way to keep everything in a single place, protect the data, documentation, everything about the organization, or maybe all of the above. So if these are the things that sort of give you a picture of what you do every day, or what are some of the challenges that you face every day, I want to talk about tools that I have used and that I have leveraged for a lot of our customers and our team as well. So number one is email management. Efficient email management starts with the philosophy of having a zero inbox at the end of every day. I have imbibed this for the last couple of years at least. Initial parts were hard, a lot of cleanup, a lot of processes to make it routine, and then it's become sort of a thing that I look forward to at the end of every day, sometimes multiple times in a day. But then that has become the culture of the organization. A zero inbox, and people know that they've got taken care of things that they need to. How do you do that? Archive old stuff, get rid of all the old emails. It's automation is possible to move all of that out. Second, set reminders on emails. There are two types of emails we get. Number one type of email is for our knowledge, where we are CC'd. We get hundreds of emails on CC. Move that out into a different folder. And there is another type of email that requires an action. There are two types of actions: urgent action and non-urgent action. I would definitely have a separate session on what is urgent action, because I don't think 99% of the things classify as urgent. But anyways, I digress. Urgent action and non-urgent actions. If it's urgent, you reply. If it's not urgent, you set a reminder on it. And wonderful tools are available to set reminders, and then for those reminders to remind us, and then you move that out into a folder structure. Archive, set reminders, use folder structures. I've created this wonderful course that we all within our company follow. It's freely available. This presentation will be available to you guys as well, but you can look at it, some of the things that I just talked about. So that's email management. Second is task management. So there's a tool called To-Do I use that is part of this ecosystem. But I'll read the definition here because it's very important. A to-do list is important because it keeps your tasks and obligations in order. An organized list makes things possible, makes things more manageable, keeps you mentally focused on the tasks at hand. That last part, keeping us mentally focused, I believe somewhere hidden in that is an ROI conversation of our time, because that's what is limited for us. So To-Do, this is the app, what it looks like on our mobile device. It's also on our browser and within our desktop. On the left-hand side is what you see when you log on. You can create different lists. In the middle, you see that you can create tasks, set reminders, due dates, etc., repeat them, recurring, etc. And on the extreme right-hand side, you can see that what that list looks like. At the top, you see what are the tasks that are open. At the bottom, you see stuff that is completed. Second is To-Do takes care of my stuff. The planner is a sort of hand-in-hand tool that takes care of any projects going on within the company. So a planner is a lightweight mobile and web-based application which we can use to manage internal tasks, internal projects, see progress, etc. This is what a planner looks like. In the middle, you will see all the different ongoing buckets of tasks, and within them the smaller tasks and their due dates, and then you can set tasks and due dates and just use that in your conversations, in your meetings. So this is something that we use at CloudFront for some of our teams. So on the left-hand side, you can see there is something for the support team, there is something for HR, there is something that is used by the accounts team. So email management, to-dos, planner, some of the tools available to you if you're using this ecosystem. And finally, communication, right? So a common communication platform across the organization to chat, to create channels for communication between certain team members, to manage all our documentation, to keep everything secure within one single platform, and hence move out of what was otherwise traditionally, I don't know, SMS, WhatsApp, whatever you guys are using, whatever anybody is using. And this is what a simple screen of Teams looks like. On the left-hand side, you can see the different teams you can create. It's very valuable. So this is our actual, what we use at CloudFront, but there's a general team. So any updates to the organization, any wins, anything you want to talk about, it's in general channel. You can tag team members, etc. And below that, you can see there is a leadership team, right? A leadership team is a set of people who only have access to that channel, and the communication, documentation, reports, etc. published within that. And on the right-hand side, you can see whatever is happening in that particular channel. You can put all your documentation also within this. So now this becomes a single common repository of everything. All communication, all meetings, all documentation, all reporting, everything within this single platform, which is very helpful. So there is a productivity hack also, which says, oh, I don't have to remember where to go. There is one single platform, which is Teams, to get to everything. And this is what it looks like on our mobile device. On the left, you can see again all the channels. On the middle is my communication ongoing, which includes one-on-one chats, meeting reminders, so I can pick up calls, etc., just like I do on Zoom or anything else. And on the right hand side, I can see all appointments coming up. So we've talked about email management, its productivity. We've talked about to-dos or list management. We've talked about small projects, etc., happening using Microsoft Planner, and then finally a company-wide communication platform on MS Teams. So my session is simple benefits to simplify our lives, right? So these are simple hacks. We can organize our day-to-day work and commitments. So declutter our mind. Decluttering our mind is very essential because I think a lot of us use our minds as a repository, and with tools we can release our mind from all that and focus on other things. Of course, keep everything secure. Find peace of mind. When I say peace of mind, you could find more time for growth, for strategic thoughts, for your family, whatever is that important to you. A decluttered mind allows for creativity. And finally, you will create a mindset and an organization which is technology driven. And what better time than these 2 years of the pandemic to learn the value of technology for our organizations. These are just some very simple benefits to simplify day-to-day productivity. There are much bigger tools, like I was mentioning, Titan Labs, who've deployed their entire manufacturing platform on the Microsoft ecosystem. And now they swear by this platform. So it's this and long-term as well. And that's my session, guys. I want to do a further deep dive, how you can do further in the future. Send me your emails or with problems, etc. And maybe we'll set up a time next month to discuss, and we'll prepare a demo for you guys or a discussion. And you can follow us here on LinkedIn, YouTube, cloudfluence.com. Cloudfluence.com is the single source of truth for everything we do. And with that, thank you so much.